Hello, everybody. This is SIG Cluster Lifecycle, our biweekly meeting. Today is July 16th, 2019. I am your moderator for today, Justin Santa Barbara. I work at Google. I'm standing in for Tim, who is busy, and Lucas, who is also busy. A reminder, this meeting is being recorded, will be put on the internet. Please be mindful of our code of conduct, which essentially boils down to please be a good person. There is an agenda, as always. It is in the calendar invite. I will paste it in the chat also. Please do, if you have items that you would like to cover, please do put them onto the agenda. I think you can put them in the top section prior to the sort of project updates, unless they are project updates, but we will be doing a roll call of projects as well. So think about that if you are one of the project owners. Yes, and please also do add your name if you would like to, or if you're willing to, into the attending section at the top. That is super handy for people that are reviewing the video at a later date. Otherwise, it does not appear that we actually have any agenda items, any specific agenda items. We have other than the roll call of projects. I don't know if that's correct. I'll give anyone a minute to speak up if there is such an item. You do not have to raise your hand for this particular one. Oh yes, I should have said we are trying to use the raise hand feature generally. So if the conversation becomes contended, please do use the raise hand feature. All right. Otherwise, looks like Kubedium is still updating, so I will come back to that one in a second. Vince, do you want to take us away on Cluster API?
Sure. So for Cluster API, we have like a few PSAs. We released CAPI Cluster API 016, which brings out a lot of bug fixes, and Cluster API AWS Provider 034, which has bug fixes. It's based on Cluster API 016, and it also actually fixes a control plane race, which we have seen a lot in the wild, and that's like the most notable fix of this release. For Cluster API, we also have a proposal for V1 Alpha 2 to remove the cluster actuator and provide a spec provider status, the same that we did for machine. For V1 Alpha 2 updates, the CAPI controller logic have been completed across machine set, and machine deployments. We still have like an item for docs, which we have to kind of cover at some point soon. For Cluster API AWS Provider, we started working on V1 Alpha 2, and master is currently broken. So don't use master. Use release 03 if you want to take the code there. And we have CapK, which is Cluster API Kubedium, the Bootstrap provider. The skeleton repo is in place, generated like everything with KubeBuilder and adding some tests. And now we're working on controller logics.
That is an awesome update. Thank you. And the meetings are weekly tomorrow, right? Wednesdays.
Yes.
I think an hour later than this time slot, I believe.
Yes.
It looks like there's some debate in the margin around the naming of CapK, which I suggest we keep to the margin of that note, or maybe tomorrow's meeting.
Okay.
Thank you. Are we ready with the Kubedium update, Fabrizio?
Yes.
Like to go next?
So
Thank you.
We are continuing to work on cleaning up the dependencies for kubedmin, for getting ready to move kubedmin in a separate out of tree. And this week we are working to fix some tests. And here I have a PSA. The image name is changed on tars, which are automatically generated on CI. GCS buckets, and then we are working on. I started the work on dual stack. I think that nothing else to add with regards to Kubedmin.
And dual stack in this case means IPv6 and IPv4. Is that right?
Yes.
That will be amazing. That would be great. Any other questions or for Fabrizio? Okay, thank you, Fabrizio. Lee, I don't know if you're here because the next one on the list is the add-ons project. So if you're not here, I'm gonna have to make something up. But okay, so add-ons meet bi-weekly in the alternate time slot to this one, and I believe we are basically sort of open for business and progressing. I think in the last meeting we demoed some integrations to automatically generate an add-on operator, and we're basically working towards having add-on operators that we can use in the various tools. And if you would like to, installation tools, if you would like to help us, please come to the meeting, which is in this time slot, but in the alternate weeks. And I'm guessing Lee is therefore not here for component config either. I don't see him. That meeting I think just happened, or maybe it's still running over, so that is acceptable. Next on our list, COPS. We are progressing business as usual. We actually didn't meet last time because of the 4th of July, so no real updates there. I don't know if there's an update from anyone for Kube Spray. There are a lot of sub-projects. This is impressive. Next on the list is Minikube. Thomas?
Hello, everyone. I'm back from a lengthy vacation, and now we're, I guess, working toward the 1.3.0 milestone. We released 1.2.0 during KubeCon Shanghai. So you can click the link to see what we're working on. But basically, we've got a new docs website coming using Hugo and Netlify. We had a demo for an initial prototype for VM-free deployments using Docker, so an improvement over the non-driver model that we have today. We're working on full bore on localization. Really, the only thing left is help, so getting Cobra localized, and working on robust Windows and Hyper-V support. It's been our least stable support platform for some time now, and it's time to make it good. So that's it for us.
That's great. Thank you, Thomas. Any questions or comments? All right. Daniel, are you here? Do you want to talk about etcd ADM?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm in the car, so there's some background noise. Yeah, we met last week. So it's continuing work on the testing. I think so. We have some nice pre-commit hooks that Lubomir was very gracious committing. Took those, I think, from kubeadm, and so they're sort of standard in other sub projects. So we have those. Those are good signals to have, when committing code. Otherwise, we have some work in progress on the tests, and we had a great meeting last week. Some interest in supporting other ways of running the etcd process. Something that I think we've had in mind for some time. So someone suggested running in static pods. So I think we're going to take a look at how to factor the code to support the various ways as opposed to just systemd, or as a systemd service, which is the only way that etcd is run by etcd ADM right now. And yeah, that's the only update, or that's the update from my side. Justin, if you want to add anything, please jump in.
Oh, I think that was a wonderful update. Thank you, Daniel. I don't know if anyone has any comments, questions for Daniel. All right. Image Builder, Moshe.
Yes, so Image Builder is the newest, I think, sub-project. It's pretty empty at the moment. So I think I discussed with Tim, and the way in which we were going to approach it is to kind of import all the existing image builders into the repo, and then start kind of building up an issue backlog and trying to bike shed on issues and on code. So I'm trying to kind of get some people to upload their proposals. So I've created issues for Kappa A, Cap V, and Cube deployed, I think, just to upload the existing implementations. If you guys want me to upload those implementations myself, I'm happy to do that as well. It will just override the attribution is all. I think, and yeah, that's pretty much where that project is up to at this point.
That's great. And so you mentioned that you were reaching out to a few projects. If there are other projects, should they reach out to you, or how should they?
Well, I think submit an issue and appear. So I just created the folder structure and placeholders for the basic 3 or 4 proposed implementations or existing implementations, and then other implementations must just upload a PR.
That's wonderful. And do you want to describe the ones that are there? You mentioned, I think, 2 is your declarative tool, for example, one of those 4?
Yeah, so there's Kappa A and Cap V, which are very closely aligned. And then there's your Cube deploy, I think it is. And then there's the config admin or the declarative approach. So those are the kind of the 4 that were in the very, very long document that I, or Kappa and Cap V being the Ansible/Packer approach. I don't think any of the others are really feasible, but PR aware.
That's great. Yeah, and it's good to see a new project spinning up so fast. So that's great. I don't know if we've missed any projects, or sorry, any questions or comments from Moshe.
Yeah, that's it. That's it from me. Any questions from anybody else?
All right, thank you. I don't know if we missed any projects or if anyone has thought of any other top-level items. Otherwise, we have kept this meeting very short and sweet with a basic round roll call of all our projects, but no other items. So I will give people time to think, and then we will, if not, we will call the meeting to a close. But last call for any items. Going once, going twice. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I wish you all a happy Tuesday, and we will see you in 2 weeks at this roundup and hopefully at some of the sub-project meetings in the meantime. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.